Hey, my name is Jerred and I'm part of a group of underground athletes you've probably never even heard of before. We don't rely on fancy equipment for training, and most of us don't even have gym memberships. In fact, our motivation comes from within. You see, we have jobs, families, and responsibilities, but we still have big goals, and they aren't getting achieved at a Globo Gym. For that reason, we have to do things differently. Our training has to be smarter. We don't have every piece of equipment known to man or a ton of time to train, and we don't need it, because we are achieving amazing things without it. So how do we do it? If you ask your average personal trainer or gym goer, they'd call us crazy. Yet we're seeing results better than most every single day. And it's happening by blending mental training with physical training and becoming an athlete. What we call, and welcome to, Garage Gym Athlete.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Garage Gym Athlete Podcast. Jerred Moon here with Joe Courtney. What's up, Joe?
Hey, man.
And we have Keith Derrick. How's it going, Keith?
I'm loving life, man.
Awesome.
Loving life.
Awesome, dude. Well, let's hop right into it. If you could give us a little introduction, who you are, what you do for a living, and most importantly, how you train, man.
Well, I'm Keith Derrick. I live in Lexington, Kentucky. And I do contractor sales. So if you see a big building going up or something like that, most of the time I'm out there trying to rent or sell equipment, all the big stuff to make the building go up. So that's kind of my main job there. I have like I was telling you before, I have an awesome wife, a 3-year-old son and almost a 2-year-old daughter now. And so that's kind of keeping me going. That's what's driving force behind everything. And then how I train is essentially, because life is very hectic. I work from 7 to 5, and when 5 o'clock rolls around, I have to go get the kids, and then family life starts. I train in the morning from 5 until 6. So essentially, I wake up at 4:30, gym shorts on, ready to go, and grab the shoes and the shirt as I'm walking down the stairs. And before my brain can really even process that it's 4:30 in the morning, I'm downstairs and, drinking a pre-workout and trying to get going that early in the morning.
Tricked your brain into it. You're like,
yeah.
Yeah. No, you're already down here.
Normal.
You just go ahead and work out.
Yeah. You set the alarm clock across the room, and then, you have to get up to go turn the alarm clock off, and you just keep walking out the door.
That's
so
awesome.
Anyway, I let the dog out, get a pre-workout in, pre-workout drink in, and then, the dog wants to come back in by then, and he's like, I'm checking out. I'm going back to bed. So he goes back to bed and come down here and work out in the garage gym at 5 a.m. in the morning. Loving it.
That's awesome, dude. And what do you have? Like, what's your setup garage gym wise?
I've been adding on, building here and slowly, but mostly, like you have everybody has a $60, bench that you can get.
Yeah.
And I went and picked up went to your website and did the box, and also made myself a sled. You can't see it under there, but it's mostly been, and then also my big find was where'd it go? There they are. There's the dumbbells. So I picked up 65, 50, a bunch of different dumbbells on Facebook, Craigslist, and that's where I really try to get a lot of the stuff from is, the people that are getting rid of it, say their ex moved out, and they don't want their 40-pound dumbbell sitting around. You can find a lot of that stuff for $15 on Facebook or Craigslist, places like that.
Yeah. I'm just kind of getting into the Facebook marketplace. I hadn't been before, but I just started looking over the last several months, and that's a great new place to find things. I didn't realize so many people were using it. Maybe because I live under a rock at times, but Craigslist was always my go-to. But man, that you get some really good deals on the Facebook marketplace. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I'm constantly, even if I'm not looking for anything, I'm just on there shopping around, checking things out, and people are always getting rid of stuff. It seems like decent stuff, nothing crazy, nothing like your Rogue or whatever, but decent stuff that you can use for a garage gym.
I've seen unopened loops on there.
Really?
I just saw them the other day because I was looking.
Well, we had one guy, Douglas, on the podcast who got it was either Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace or whatever. He got a ski erg, which I thought was absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Because those are, I don't know, like, it's a very specific piece of equipment. If you get one, it doesn't seem like you'd be getting rid of it. Like, it seems like you'd really want to hold on to that. So, what was the main reason, the driving force behind starting a garage gym for you?
It was, I was going to a $10 a month, gym, and they had everything they needed that I needed. It was working out good. I ended up finding becoming friends with a personal trainer there. And anyway, he got me onto like internet stuff and working out that way. The gym there ended up closing down because of poor management. So I was literally sitting at home one night going, we ended up going to one of those global gyms, as you end up calling it, because of daycare, right? So I'm literally sitting there one night thinking, how can I not go to the global gym? Because when you go there, it's crowded and other reasons. And so I'm sitting there on the couch one night looking up online, and I'm like, there's got to be something for a garage, guys that want to work out in the garage, that can build stuff. And also, if I can find some programs, that's great. And boom, lo and behold, found your website. And I was like, this is exactly what I was looking for. So started out with a plyo box, got some other ideas on some other equipment. Like I said, the sled, and then the Facebook community, Garage Gym Online has been great, because that turned me on to Facebook community and other things like that. And I'm like just on there searching all the time. So
that's awesome,
yep.
man. And yeah, that's kind of the rabbit hole that a lot of people have gone down. As you find a DIY piece of equipment, then need some training, and then boom, there we are.
Yep.
So
yep.
You and I, to be honest, I don't hate Globo gyms. They are. My wife keeps messing with me that she's going to end up getting a Globo Gym membership soon, because like I did with the way I work, like it's easy for me to fit in my workout in the day, but it can be challenging for her and schedule wise. And, in the day, like the only way I can really support it is if she wants to work out super early, or, after work or something like that. And that doesn't always work out. So she wants to take advantage of the daycare situation and all that and get in her workout. And so I fully get that, but I'm like, I don't know if I can actually be caught or found in one. Like I'll pay for pay for your membership, but
somebody would have a picture of you and post it up.
I think someone would be like, wait a minute, yeah,
he doesn't stash from big eye patch.
Yeah,
yeah. No, we still go to we still have the Globo Gym because they offered us such a rate, but it's a little bit more than what we were paying at the cheap place, but they got to have the daycare on when the wife wants to go. So I'm all aboard.
That's a big part of it, man. So what? Okay, go ahead, Joe.
Gyms kind of had to and are starting to evolve now with their functional spaces and more adaptability to other things, to people that don't want to pay the outrageous CrossFit memberships or other things like that. So I think the equipment is getting a little bit better, and I guess they're also less strong-arming people on memberships as well, because if not, then they're just all going to go out of business.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, there's a lot of these like $20 places popping up here and there, but our Globo Gym decided to put in a CrossFit type of workout.
I've seen that a lot more recently. Yeah,
that's been interesting. They just put down AstroTurf or put down some sort of green carpet, and really just you can just go around in there and throw around medicine balls, and that's about it. So that's.
Oh, you want to do functional fitness? We have relegated you to this area of the gym, like.
Pretty much, yeah.
Playpen.
If you would like to do bicep curls in the squat rack, then that's over here. But the functional stuff over here. Cool, man. So what are some of your goals you're after, or maybe some accomplishments, results, anything that you care to share about training in your garage?
Yeah, I mean, goals I have. I'm still going to work on getting 20 strict pull-ups as a main goal. I don't have much gear and equipment, things like that, but my main goal is just to really be healthy. And, like I told you, my son's 3, my daughter's almost going to be 2. And, when they get older and are in little league and all that other stuff, running around playing soccer, I want to be the dad that's out there keeping up with all the little kids, teaching them, coaching them and all that stuff. And that's a lot of high energy. And I found that working out with a right diet and working out in the morning, A, get your day going, and then B, it really kind of gives you a lot of energy for when you are at home at 5 o'clock on a Friday and the kids are wanting to climb all over you and wrestle around and stuff like that, you got to have that energy to match that. So yeah, that's the reason why I do it. Plus, you still got to look good for the wife, right?
Yeah, you got to earn your keep, right?
Got to earn my keep, right, yeah.
That's awesome, man. So do you have like a athletic background or anything that you were doing before functional space? You mentioned Globo gyms and whatnot, but going back maybe a little bit further.
I did I played high school football and ran track, and so that was pretty much my intro and all that. High school football and then ran high school track, and so in my 20s, going through college and everything like that, I really didn't dive much into it. But then, as I was getting out and getting back into it, found the $20 gym place, and was really just kind of working out from what I knew. And training has changed so much since the 90s and early 2000s. Like, it was, I feel like it's just an industry that's really exploded as far as, listening to your podcast and the way people are training and how they're training. And, there was nothing like CrossFit when I was in high school. Yeah, so that's kind of the gist of my background of it.
Cool, man. And how do you like training in your garage?
I absolutely love it. It's I put on the Bluetooth speaker and just can't crank it all the way up because I'm in the garage, and so I am in a subdivision, and people will think they'll wake up. But anyway, I've asked my wife. She said that I don't wake her up on that end of the house, so that's a good thing. And but it's my personal time to clear my head. You being a dad, Jerred, it's like having me time is limited. So if I can carve out an hour of the day where I can have me time and just think my own thoughts and, listen to my own music and just do what I want to do, lift around heavy weights, then I'll take it. So
it is, even if you have to wake up at an ungodly hour.
You just have to wake up at an ungodly hour, but right. But I'll take it. Yeah.
It is. It's its own form of meditation. It's pretty, like just being alone, and you don't get a ton of that. And, when you have young kids, you're pretty much moving, from the second you wake up until everyone's in bed. And then if you have any energy left at the end of the day, it's probably not going to be put towards a workout. So it's good to get it done first thing in the workout or first thing in the morning. But what would you say the biggest challenges that you face in being a garage gym athlete or just working out in your garage in general?
Yeah, I think, for me, my challenge is lifting heavy weights. Like I have 65-pound dumbbells, and that, you can do squats with that. I can do bench press until I'm blue in the face with that. But, if I want to lift more, put 225 on the bar and just see what I can do with that. I don't have that function. So that part of it. And then also the other challenge is the garage is somewhat insulated. So in the dead of winter, I've been, face down on the concrete floor, and I breathe out and I can see the frost, like come across the concrete floor there. And like this morning, I think I did the first 10 minutes and I'm already like drenched in sweat because it's already humid and hot here in Kentucky. And so like the weather part of it is but that's the mental toughness part. You got to get past all that.
Yeah, man, I'm starting to think that I don't want to call it East Coast, but Eastern United States, mid like Kentucky, Tennessee, like they may have it the worst, to be honest. Like because you could get extremely cold temperatures at times, and then also you get the really not like desert hot, like way into the hundreds, but the humidity's so high that it's just like really rough. So like I'm starting to like change my perspective because Texas, we had extreme heat. Like it's really hard to beat Texas heat, but the winters are incredibly mild. Like there are days in the quote unquote winter I could still take my shirt off and work out. So yeah, man, I feel your pain. It's a rough area to be in.
That's
for
kind of what
outside.
that's what makes the Kentucky bourbon around here really good because it's it gets so cold in the winter and it gets so warm, and it does that whole getting in the wood and stuff like that. So that's what makes it good around here.
Oh yeah. All right, man. So what's the hardest workout you've ever done?
There's been a couple of workouts where I thought I was going to die, and that was back in high school, when we lose a game or whatever like that in football. But I love Murph. I think Murph is like one of the best conditioning strength workouts. And I haven't done the 52 weeks of Murph or whatever you did, but I definitely read the blog about it. And sign me up for Murph any day. It's the hardest, best workout.
Yeah, man, I think I was asked that recently if I could only do one workout for the rest of my life, and I was like, hands down, it's going to be Murph. That'll get you through just about anything and help you achieve a lot of fitness goals.
Yeah.
All right, dude, in your opinion, what's the best activity for building mental toughness?
But besides having kids, it's I think you should actually, I was going to say, you should answer, if anybody ever answers that, they have kids, then you should automatically know that that's their mental toughness part of it. But trying something new every not every day, but every year, at least trying something new, to learn something new, like juggling or playing an instrument, that sort of thing. Because those things are what builds your mental strength and mental toughness.
Dude, I really like that. That's something I've been thinking about a lot more recently. I've kind of realized I'm doing a lot of the things that I like to do, but I'm not really adding any new skills, let's say physically or anything like that. And I kind of realized that. And then I'm pretty good friends with Dawn Fletcher. We've had her on the podcast a few times. Right. And she's actually really structured about that stuff. Like, she'll set up, like, at the beginning of the year, 12 new skills that she wants to acquire. In January is juggling, and February is guitar. She doesn't master them. She just like does them. And I'm like, and maybe she liked it, so she keeps one up. And I'm like, that's like, I think that is something I want to start doing, maybe more on like a quarterly basis, because I don't even know if I could think of 12 different things to do, but 4 things I could come up with. And I think that's awesome, dude. I think and it goes a long way in like building your brain and everything. I think that's amazing advice. Yeah.
Totally there with you. I have the juggling down for this year, but of course I haven't started it yet, so I got to still start the juggling thing. But I'm just going to buy 3 tennis balls and just go to town on it one morning or one evening when my wife's watching TV or whatever. So yeah,
the sink or swim approach. I learned how to juggle when I was in high school, and that's all I did was like keep throwing 3 balls in the air until eventually I started to catch them and be able to throw them again. There was no method to me learning other than just doing it for a long time.
Right.
All right, if you could only have one piece of equipment to train with for the rest of your life, what would it be?
It would definitely be the training with the rest of it. It would be a band. I know that hasn't been answered yet. Most people are barbell or kettlebell, but I have this. When I go to places, I take this band, which is just a simple. I think it's like a 10-pound band, and I'll take a jump rope, and that'll be my workout. You can do push-ups, you can do squats with it, you can do whole, lunges, everything, and just wrap it around another body part that's going in the opposite direction, and you can get a really good workout. I love it. So, yeah.
I think that's great, dude. That's actually our next Garage Gym Athlete webinar is going to be all about banded accessory work and training, and how to do it, how to implement it, and because I've been using bands on and off for a long time, but mainly with barbell work. I'd never used it just like purely bands, what you're saying. And once I started to add that in a little bit here and there, I'm pretty impressed with what you can do. And I think that's my new travel setup too. Like, we recently took a trip to Texas to visit my family, and that was all I took. I took like 2 or 3 bands and nothing else. And the jump rope, I should have totally brought my jump rope. That's a excellent idea.
So that's your cardio, and then your band is your strength, and you can you can take your whole, not your whole gym, but you can take a whole workout and just those 2 things, and they fit great in a suitcase.
Yeah, and like with Iron Woody and Rogue Fitness both have like, you can get like the monster bands, the ones that are like 4 inches thick, or and bigger.
Like, look at those.
The resistance is serious. Like what is the scary one's like 600 pounds worth of resistance or something like that, and it's crazy. All right, Joe, I'll let you go.
Yeah, well, actually, just branched off that. That's actually how I'm using a band to get my wife to help with their pull-ups. Is I have it looped around the top of the cage, and she sits below it, and just to go through that motion, just to make sure that she's moving in the right position, and that it's also still working her lats up, because a lot of girls and people have a hard time engaging their lats. So just doing that little bit of an exercise with not much weight is also just mind connection too as well.
Yeah.
All right. So if no cost factored in, if you could have one thing added to your gym, what would it be?
It would definitely it'd be the rack that comes off the wall. I've been seeing these. Yes, the collapsible, because I have like a 7x8 space here between kids' toys in the back of the garage and my wife's car over on one side. I've got like a 7x8 workout space, so I've got to have stuff that can collapse in. I think that would be that, and I'll front the money for a $60 barbell. Collapsible rack would be great.
I think, like every time I've set up my garage gyms in the past, that I didn't really even know about those things. I think they are relatively newer. Yeah, and we're moving again later this year, and I'll probably be thinking like maybe doing that. Maybe doing one of the collapsible things. So
yeah.
Awesome.
You still sticking around Asheville, or?
Well, we're gonna be. So right now we're renting the home that we're in. So we're gonna be buying somewhere. Maybe it'll be around here. Maybe it won't. We don't know yet. We're trying to find a good real estate options for us at the moment.
Lexington's a beautiful city, man. You ought to check it out.
I'll have to swing by. We'll just end up living in all the cool cities in the U.S. if I had my way. All right, man. Best advice you have for all the garage gym athletes out there listening to this?
Definitely would be to learn how to do it right. Luckily I've not screwed up any of my knees or my back or anything like that. But I learned everything from high school, and then I took 10 years off from, being in the gym, and then I went right back into being in the gym. And I guarantee you that I wasn't doing things right. The squat, the push up, or not squat, the bench, even your basic stuff. My suggestion would be learn how to do it right. There's plenty of videos out there, tutorials on how to do a squat right. So that, it'd be that. And then also Facebook and Craigslist. That's where you can find some really great deals at.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
All right, Keith, it's been a blast, man. I really appreciate your time, your advice, wisdom, everything in between. I really appreciate it. Thanks for being on the Garage Gym Athlete podcast.
All right. Thanks.